All right, so this is for the Worship and Self-Understanding Project for Christian Worldview. So first, I'm going to talk about the definition of worship in the Bible. First, there's Romans 12:1, which says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." So essentially, what's being said here is that true and proper worship is a sacrifice of yourself, kind of like a giving up of your lifestyle or your wants or desires to further align with God in this case. And it's not just clearly confined to only physical worship, but also a general lifestyle that promotes what you're worshiping. And worship also isn't bound to any time or place. It doesn't give any constraints on that. But it says your body, your entire being needs to be sacrificed. And one great Christian thinker, Thomas Aquinas, he said that since exterior acts are signs of interior acts, it follows that, properly speaking, God accepts the interior acts of religion as being offered to him primarily, whereas he accepts the exterior acts as being offered to him secondarily, insofar as they are signs of the interior acts. So this kind of builds on top of what the Bible had already said, where interior actions are what define someone's worship, and external actions are only expressions of our hearts.
Hi, this is Noah, and I'm going to be covering what technology is and some examples in our daily lives and how society leads us into worshiping technology. So, first up, what is technology? Technology, simply put, is a thing that is created with a function. Um, Usually now, technology is only seen as more advanced things such as phones or computers, not as much simpler forms of technology like, say, a fishing pole. Um, so that's more what we're going to be talking about is a more modern view of what qualifies as technology. Um, Technology now is basically in every single part of our life. It follows us everywhere with our phones. It's a huge part of most social lives in social media. And it even follows students to school with a ton of schoolwork being done on computers. And almost all jobs have some element where technology is involved. It influences all of our views on things, whether we like it or not, through the news, social media, and even TV shows, all of which are results of modern technology. And then on to the question. Um, so, how does society lead us into worshiping technology? One way, technology as a way to solve problems. So technology is often seen as a solution to like every problem in our lives. Um, it can help save us from illnesses, and it's also seen as kind of an escape from problems in someone's real life, almost in a way used like a drug. And then technology also provides a purpose to people. Um, Not a real purpose, obviously, but Uh, it gives people constant validation and through things like social media, which causes people to seek that validation more and then be consumed more by that technology uh, just through daily life, posting more and more things and being more addicted to that part of their life. And then technology also gives us control over other things. It gives us a sense of control and causes us to worship it in a way. And it also sets us apart from other things in the world even more than we already were and makes us seem almost like our own God. And then also, we begin to humanize technology. As it progresses, we continue to try to make it more and more like humans, and especially in things like AI. Even now, this leads to people viewing AI as something more than themselves, like a teacher or even a companion. And that's it for me. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to talk about the dehumanization that happens when you start to worship technology. This great quote from Dietrich Bonhoeffer in his book Ethics says, "The destruction of the human being occurs wherever the person is made a means to an end rather than an end in themselves as God intended." I think this is a great definition of dehumanization here, and it just clearly sums up the definition of dehumanization, that whenever someone is considered simply a tool or something to be used in order for somebody else to get what they want, then they've truly become dehumanized. They're no longer seen as a person or something to be valued as they were intended when they were created by God. Machines cannot feel emotions and don't have the ability to determine something's worth outside of their usefulness to itself. So essentially, just what Bonhoeffer was saying, how the means to an end, however much someone can contribute to somebody else, is how much they will see them as worth. So somebody who can give me more will be worth more. Somebody who can give me less will give me less. If we worship technology, we will naturally strive to become like it, and therefore people will start to see others as commodities or tools or just items that exist to make my life easier, to make my life better, so that I can do more things or do more activities. Another big hit is relationships. The worship of technology will cause people to limit or stop interacting with the people around them. They will replace these relationships with mechanical companions, AI, social media, anything like that. And this will slowly start isolating them from communities and families. So, in this same sense, they're being dehumanized because people start to just forget about the people around them, because they don't see them as good enough to have communication with. Their AI or whatever they're spending their time with is better than the people around them. And having relationships with others does not provide any physical gains, and it's just found to be a waste for someone who determines worth by productivity. And so people will be dehumanized just for being themselves, because human relationships often take more than they will give somebody. And finally, here is the references page.